Okay, now let's move to formally to physics. What I've been doing is pure mathematics. Okay? Now, unlike your mechanics in general physics, where the discussion starts with vector, and then kinematics, and then Newton's laws, okay? In classical mechanics, it's all about F equals ma. The central, the plot of every story here is the sum of the forces equals ma. This is everything. We are going to derive everything from this very powerful equation, whether that is equal to ma or that is equal to 0. Okay? And unlike in your basic physics, in which you studied kinematics first, it's actually that kinematics is the consequence of what we call dynamics. You were told that dynamics is when you use Newton's laws. The kinematics answers how objects move. Dynamics, why objects move that way. So in kinematics, you're talking about trajectories, the path, how it moves in a circle, it moves in a parabola, it moves in whatever curve unsay ano dira. But in order to know why it moves in a parabola, you need to understand that what gives unsay naghatag dito, and that is now the Newton's laws of motion. Okay, but there's a gap on that. The problem is, in many cases, when you get into Newton's laws of motion, the emphasis is not rederiving kinematics, not showing that this one leads to kinematics. So, most students will end up saying that it's like there are two topics, kinematics and dynamics. I use dynamics to ani, but then when I want to ano sa movement, I will use kinematics. That's not the correct, not only the mindset, that's not the correct understanding of things. Okay? Newton's laws is the fundamental principle. Okay? We started in our earlier meetings, which was not recorded. We studied about parametrization, right? Parametrization. And just a review of parametrization, you have a curve traverse, you have a point, you have a curve traversed by a point particle, and at each point you have a position vector, right? And this is now R of t. We don't know, it could be R of t 0 equals, diba? So R of t will be given by x of t I plus y of t j. It's just a point. And I think did I already show to you that about dr? Tama? No? We already derived that dr is tangent to the curve. Okay? We haven't recorded it, but I recorded it in my general physics nga approach. Okay? Sa physics 41 pa nga subject. So, you can look it up dito sa video nga katong I think the first katong parametrization nga video. Okay? It's just a basic nga kuan. So, in this is the trajectory, no? X, Y, and Z. This is R of t is the trajectory. Okay? Now, this curve, although the same curve can be traversed in many ways, in many different types of motion. Okay? It could be uniform speed motion, or uniformly accelerated in the uniform acceleration magnitude, or whatever. But you can still travel at the same curve. Okay? Just like, for example, the circle can be parameterized. The upper hemisphere of the circle can be parameterized, or the whole circle can be parameterized in two ways. Okay? The first parameterization is R of t is equal to ti plus square root of r squared minus t squared j, right? This is a parameterization. And R of the second parameterization is r of t is equal to cosine r cosine t I plus r sine of t j. Both of this will trace the same if you put plus and minus here. Okay? But there's an advantage. In fact, this is a better parameterization. This one is a parameterization such that t is between negative r to r. Okay? So you don't have much freedom in t. We can look at the t as the dials that we can set. Okay? We can so if there are forbidden nga mga points dira nga dili nimo pwede then it's disadvantageous, right? I would love a dial that in which I can just turn and yan ana lang nako and without any worrying. And this is that kind of dial because here t is an element of the set of real numbers. Okay? But what's the difference here? Well, what's the velocity of this? The velocity, let's call this 1 and 2. What is v1 of t? This is just d over dt, dr over dt, right? So this is just I hat plus, I think this is 1 over, t over r squared minus t squared. J hat. Tama? Now, as you can see, what is this velocity, right? The velocity of this second curve, of this parameterization, is that it's always constant in the I direction. So, if you are moving, if the points is moving, paana dito, and there's a corresponding moving on the x-axis at always 1 unit per second. Then they will coincide, right? Katong isa the other one is particle traveling at constant speed, purely on the x-axis, and the other one is tracing the circle. That means that they will coincide in terms of the x component, right? When the particle is when this one is right here, nasa dire, the second particle. Okay? When the particle is right here, the first particle, the second particle would be right there. Okay? So it's constant speed along the x, but non-constant along the y. In fact, it becomes infinite pag abot dire. Here, as we can see, the velocity is infinite when t is equal to r, meaning that it gets the magnitude of what is the speed of this one? S of t is just the square of this, right? Square root. So that is now 1 squared plus this, of course, t squared over plus r squared minus t squared. The square root of that. That's the speed. And as you can see, the speed changes. The magnitude of the velocity changes, and does it slow down? No. At any point, what's the minimum? When t is equal to 0. So, here. Okay? Well, if you go from minus r to r, as long as greater than r, if we limit our t to be strictly greater than r, negative r, and less than r, then it's faster and it's slowed down here and then it becomes fast again. Tama? Right? Nakuha ninyo? Because when this is negative, may muning minus, right? So, asa na siya? Asa taga-trace karon? 1 minus. So, where's the velocity? Where's the... anyway. No. It's actually when t is just... When this is very, very small, this is very, very large, it cannot be negative also. Well, this is r minus t squared. What would happen to this one? this is always positive, tama? And when this is very, very small, this one is large. 1 plus a large number is large. Tama? Is it always positive? It's always, yeah, it's, of course, the speed is always positive. Yeah. But the velocity, this one is, when t is negative, this is negative, right? Tama ba? When t is negative, this is negative. No? When t is negative, this one right here is negative. So no, it can't be. I think na ay minus dire. Be, unsay ka? It's 1/2 sa plus. Na actually lahi diri na siya moagi kani. Pag-abot dire. You can show using this parameterization. If your t is negative between r, diri siya moagi. Why? Because this is negative right here. Right? So, meaning positive x, kani siya, the vector is positive x but negative y. So, meaning that it will pass through these points. Then, pag abot dire, right when it reaches 0, there's a disconnect. It will move dire, paana. Wait. No. Actually, dire di ay. If we are using the plus, because right here is positive, but if you're using the negative, naa dire. Okay? Tama? If you're using the negative, the particle will, for the minus, ano man taon? Well, anyway, it's okay. It's a parameterization anyway. If the minus will pass through ani. Okay? So, we don't have a gauge nga, single gauge nga, mupas ana siya, right? While this one, walay problema. In fact, it starts at, when t equals 0, we start at 0. You can start at negative numbers, no? But if we start at 0, it's r, it starts right here. And it moves counterclockwise. Kani siya is clockwise. No, depende. Kaning isa diri is, no, paana? Well, the other one is clockwise. Depending on this one. How about this one right here? It's always counterclockwise as long as t increases in, t is increasing. If t is decreasing up to the negative, it becomes counterclockwise. So, pwede counterclockwise. All we have to do is decrease. We go from 0 to negative infinity. So, it will move this way. And what's the speed of this one? What's the velocity? V2 of t. That would be minus r plus r cosine t j. What's the speed? R squared sine squared t plus r squared cosine squared t square root. That is just 1, right? So, meaning this is a constant speed motion. This one is a parameterization traveling this one at a constant speed. Okay? Nakuha ninyo? At a constant speed. Okay? Now, we have many other parameterization. Different parameterization. One path. Okay? One possible path, algebraic path, because this will lead to this same algebraic path if we solve for the algebraic equation of this, right? All of this will lead to the algebraic equation x squared plus y squared equals r squared. Both of this, right? and all parameterization of that. So, same algebraic curve. But then, different parameterization, meaning different physics. The physics of this one is different from the physics of this. They may trace the same curve, but different physics, different forces, type of forces. The force that will cause this one is different from the force that will cause the particle to move like this. Nasabtan ninyo karon? Okay? The laws of physics now we need parameterization because from the laws of physics, we will obtain a parameterized equation. And it should be because, again, we expect our trajectory our equation not in terms of coordinates, because the same curve can have different physics. Different physics is, you have to define that. Different physics doesn't mean different different rules of physics. The same rules of physics, but different forces acting on it. Okay? Different dynamics siguro. Okay? Same path, different dynamics. Nakuha niyo itong ganiha? Okay? Now, we will now derive this one through okay? We will derive now the laws. We will start with a constant net force. When the net force is equal to constant. Okay? But not constant in both axes, only constant in one axis, but zero in the other. Okay? Because we can have, God, if the net force is constant on this direction right here, then the particle will move through this one. It becomes one-dimensional. The other dimension, if all the other dimension, paana dito, paana dire, will not matter. Okay, so it becomes one-dimensional. Now, we want a two-dimensional. We can just, let's derive the one-dimensional first. Okay? One-dimensional case. So, F equals constant. So, meaning that this one is equal to acceleration vector, right? If we are in one dimension, then means that A is equal to constant. Tama? A equals constant. Okay, now why is A equals constant? Because the force is constant. The only thing that contributes to the acceleration is the net force. If the net force is constant, of course, the acceleration is constant. We can just set this to be A, no? A. Understood here that A is constant. So meaning MA equals some MA. What is MA? In fact, the most accurate form of this one is M dV over dt, or M d squared R over dt squared. So our equation now would be M dV over dt equals A. We are in one dimension. And of course, M now will cancel. That's why we have dV over dt equals A. Now, as I've said, what we need is X of t, Y of t, and Z of t, or R of t in general. The thing is, what we have here is acceleration and velocity. That means that from Newton's laws, we will land at the acceleration. But here's the problem. What we want is the position, the trajectory, right? So it means the position. Now, to arrive at the position to arrive at the acceleration from the position, you know from your basic physics, and I have that video also. I explained this well. I think dapat tanawon ninyo tong video nako sa Physics 41 sa University Physics, because dito gi-explain ako nigto ang tarong paunsa nahimong from position paunsa nahimong velocity as that dv over dt and d squared dv over d v is dx over dt and a is equal to dv over dt. Paunsa na siya, I explained it there. Okay? grabe gito siya ka kuan tinamban gyud. Okay? If you want to understand, I don't require you to that. Of course, you already know that V is equal to dx over dt and A is equal to dV over dt. But if I'm going to ask you why is V equals dx over dt? Can you explain to me? No. Can you explain to me why velocity is the first derivative of the position as a function of time? Why is that? You just accepted it, right? But why is it that the velocity, when you have x as a function of time, then to find the velocity, that's just dx over dt. And to find the acceleration, that's just dA over dt. So I have a video on that. In Physics 41, I explained it clearly. Nga nung giunsa na siya. So I want you to watch for that video. I will give you the link on that and I will require you so that you will understand everything, every physical observables that we are using. Okay? Tanaw na, basta na maka-explain. Why do you think that velocity is the first derivative with respect to time of the position? Because that is not just a definition. That is something that is from intuition. Mauna gingon nga, dapat mauna ang intuition manggod. Intuition will guide the math and intuition will guide the physics. But if you don't have this intuition, you will see that physics and math are very disconnect. And that's where the difficulty comes in. Why is the velocity? And that's a question. That is a very, can you explain? Anybody in the class, can you explain to me by intuition the pinaka-logical why velocity is dx over dt and why A is dv over dt or d squared x over dt squared? No? Wala. It's okay. So, next meeting, I will ask you that again and I want you to give me an answer. Nakuha? Watch that video. I will require that to you. Okay? Because you are physics majors and you must know basin pangutanon mo that is it seems like a stupid question, right? Nganong dx over dt ang velocity? Some very innocent question, but these innocent questions are really the questions that is difficult to understand if you have not understood if you cannot understood the stupid question, if you cannot answer the stupid question. Not stupid question, but the innocent questions. If you cannot understand those, if you cannot give them an answer, whether they are answerable or not answerable, then that means that you have not understood anything. Okay? So nasabtana, I want you to watch that video. Okay? Kaya siguro na-notice naman siguro ninyo unsa ko magkuano, unsa ginaano na ko sa inyo ha. Intuition first. And then build from that. No logical gaps. I don't want to introduce anything nga dili nato ma-derive. Derive everything from the principle. It's like a chain of logic leading to a very rich theory. Anyway, so dv over dt is A. Now, we landed at A, but from A we want to go to X. But from X, A is two differentiation away. In fact, this is the same as saying that this is d squared x over dt squared equals A constant. Okay. And this one, there's a problem here. And actually, in my emphasize po na ko ni dito sa kuan. There's a problem. In going from X to A, we are losing information. From X to A, we lost two informations. Because every time you differentiate, you're losing an information. What is that information? Ang constants. We are losing the constant every time we differentiate. That means that here, we have already lost two constants. How are we going to recover those constants? Can we recover them? And the answer is yes. Okay, and that's why, in order to recover those constants, that's why we need what we call a snapshot of the system. We need this snapshot. What is a snapshot? Well, it's like taking a photo. And on this photo, you have this information. The particle is right here at this, and then it's going that way. That means that you need to know the initial position. In a snapshot, you have what information can you get from snapshot? That is at t, maybe that's at t equals 0 or at t equals some time after. That snapshot is the configuration of the system in terms of position and also in terms of initial velocity. Di ba makita nimo? The particle is going that way at this exact point in time. That is a snapshot. These are what we call data points. A snapshot is a data point. And these data points, we need these data points. We could not just model, we could not just use mathematics without putting data into it, without putting physical information. It's just impossible to do that. What values will you put in those variables? You need measurements, right? So these measurements are what we call snapshots. We look at the system. This could be the initial or some time t, final. And in differential equations, you call this what? What did you call this? You call this the boundary conditions. Okay? The initial condition and the final condition. But there is the same. These are snapshots. Initial conditions when t equals 0. Final condition is t at some time later. But of course, you can always, physics is symmetric with time. So you can just, the final is just the same, in the same nature, equal footing with the initial. All you have to do is reverse back time. Okay, so we need this one. That means that we will need an information, what is x when t equals 0, right? And we can say that this is x naught. This must be known. If we don't know this, we cannot just solve the system. Why? And you will know why. And of course, the velocity at t equals 0 must also be known. And why is that again? Well, sa inyong differential equation, the differential equation will create how many solutions will specific differential equation have? How many? You have infinite number of solutions, di ba? For a given differential equation, your solution are family of curves translated. Wala mo kasabot sa inyong differential equation? Gasolve lang og kuan without any understanding. Say ko, you have to understand pangutana gyud mo permi. Ayaw mo dawat og ayaw mo even if you know how to solve something by procedure, it doesn't mean that you have understood it. Make that as your habit. Ayaw mo dawat lang kung unsa na siya. Mao ni procedure, okay na ko, kabalo naman ko sa procedure. But do you understand what you're solving? Have you understood them? Now, a given differential equation will create infinitely many solutions. And these are family of curves translated. There's a symmetry in the solution. In fact, in mathematics, the study of that symmetry in the solution of differential equation is called the Lie theory. Lie theory. And diyan ang magsulod ng mga ginatawag nga Lie groups, Lie algebra. This is important in the, but we will not be doing this for now. In mechanics too, yeah, we will be diving much deeper into manifold theory. So dito ato ang it's very advanced in mathematics dito. Okay? Anyway, meaning these curves, these potential solutions are trajectories of the system. Potential trajectories of the system given a form of a differential equation, of a linear differential equation. Okay? Given that one, you have a solution. And this solution are potential trajectory. Meaning that, okay, given the form of physics, the form of equation that you give, a possible path is like this. But which, where, specifically? You don't know. But you can solve it in order to point out the specific solution. Di ba na kay general solution? And you have a specific solution. And there's a theorem in differential equation, ordinary differential equation, using the Lipschitz condition of continuity, that given a differential equation, there's only one unique specific solution. That specific solution is unique. Nga naman, because in this possible trajectory, if you have the snapshot, and you took the snapshot at time t, naa siya diri, how many curves of this will pass through this point? There's only a single curve because these are tawag na curve, and it translated, meaning that all of the minimum and maximums will correspond to the same horizontal, translated in terms of y, dire, translated. So given a point in space, if you have seen the particle there at some time, then you would know that there's exactly one trajectory that will pass through this point right here. And this is that specific solution. Without that knowledge, without that snapshot, you wouldn't be able to know which one. And that would make things worthless. The mathematics is useless. Okay? So, nasabtan ninyo. Okay? So, that means that this is something, that is a snapshot. And of course, we know that the direction of that one velocity is padulong dito. Okay? So now you understand. I want you to remember this. Put this in your mind. Every time you're solving a differential equation, the general solution is, it could be infinitely many general solutions. But once you apply the boundary conditions, the initial condition or the final condition, you will pinpoint the specific solution. And now you will see that one here when we solve this one. Okay. Okay? Now, this one. What is meaning that we have a function v of t that when we differentiate, it becomes a constant. What is a possible solution? There's only one. That would be a linear function, right? Meaning from here, in fact, dv equals at, a dt. When you integrate this, you have v plus c equals at plus C1 and C2. You can combine C1 and C2 together, so you can say V of t is equal to AT plus C. Now, of course, this is AT plus C. Asa na siya? It depends on C. Asa ang C, right? If C is the y-intercept, mao ni ang line. How many? Infinite, tama. Tama. Infinite number of solutions. Okay? But to solve this, we know that at t equals 0, velocity is equal to some function v naught. Meaning, and this is the time at t equals 0, this is our axis t. No? This is the velocity v. At t equals 0, v is v naught. So, it could be that v naught, v naught is there. How many lines that has a slope of a that pass through that point? Do you have more than one? No, we only have one, right? So from here, we have pointed out all of the other will be eliminated. And the only solution is this. The one which passes through V naught at t equals 0. You understand? Okay, so let's apply this condition now. So meaning V of 0 equals V naught, and this is equal to A of 0 plus C. That means your C is just equal to V naught. So what is now? We have fully obtained a function for velocity. And this is just V naught plus AT. Okay? Will we have solved this if we don't have the initial condition of snapshot? No, right? Okay. Then, next is, of course, since V of t equals dx over dt, and this is equal to V naught plus AT, then that means that dx is equal to V naught plus AT dt. Now, we integrate again, anti-differentiate, and we have now x equals, or x of t, or x plus c. O, di na ko ano, no? X equals V naught t plus 8, 1/2. 80 squared plus c. Combination of the constants here and the constant there. And we apply again the condition that when we took out our snapshot at t equals 0, at t equals 0, our x is equal to x naught. Now, this doesn't need to be at 0 all, ha? It could be some final condition. Okay? As long as you have taken a snapshot. Okay? So, meaning, okay, so x at 0, meaning this is equal to x naught, right? What is this equal to? This is V naught times 0 plus 1/2 times A times 0 squared plus C. From here, C is just equal to x naught. So here we have now x minus x naught equals V naught t plus 1/2 AT squared. We have obtained x of t completely. And right here, what is our solution? Our solution is what? A parabola. It could be this parabola, it could be that parabola, infinitely many parabola, right? But at t equals 0, only one of this pass through x naught. And all the other parabola will be eliminated except for this one that passes through x naught. In fact, in analytic geometry, it must be proven that given a point, there's only one unique parabola that passes through that point of a given slope. Given ABC, fixed ABC, and given a point, you can prove that there's only one parabola that has that A, B, and C that pass through that point. Okay? Now, sabtan ninyo. Okay. So, this is where we obtain this from Newton's laws. Now, of course, how many variables do we have now? We have 4. In order to fully solve, to make it functional, we need 4 equations. Okay? I will not derive to you the third equation. Kay kapoy ang algebra niya, it's quite, but it's in my video there. Kaning gidiscuss na ko siya, gidiscuss po na ko niya dito. The third equation is x minus x naught equals v plus v naught over 2 times time. That's the third equation. This is using average velocity. Treating velocity as the this space, vt space, and measure the area below. And you can, this point is t naught. You can derive this actually on your own. T naught, v naught, and this is a time t. We can set this t naught to be 0, no? Para na siya. So this is a time t and then this is v. Derive the area of this, siya, quadrilateral. And you will know that the area, which is that area there is x. Whatever that area there is x. X minus x naught di. That area there is x minus x naught. What's x minus x naught? If you start at x naught and you ended at x, x minus x naught is this, right? The distance or the displacement. Okay? So that is the amount that you have covered as measured from an origin. Remember that we always take note of the origin. Why is that? Because we are in a vector space. Okay? So the third equation is the last one is not quite trivial, but it's also easy, but not so trivial. It starts with balik na diri, dv over dt. But here, v, x changes with time, right? And of course, v changes with time also. That means at different x, we have different velocities, tama? So that means that we can say that v is a function of x. Not only that v is a function of time, but we can say that v is an implicit function of time. So a function of x. But since x is a function of time, then we can have v is a function of time, right? But many cases that kanina atong nakuha, but we don't have v of t. Okay? Now, if we say that v is equal to v of x and still a is equal to constant, how do we differentiate a function with respect to an implicit variable? That is now the implicit differentiation, or actually what we call that in calculus, when you're differentiating you're differentiating dv over dt, but then v is a function of x. We don't have v as a function of t, but we know that x is a function of t. What would you do? This is now dv over d, di ba? Chain rule, dx over dt, right? And this one a. Now what is dx over dt? This is just dv over dx times v, right? So now you have on the right side a dx equals v dv. Integrate this one again. Now your integration dire, so you have now ax plus c equals 1/2 v squared plus c. Again, you can combine, okay, these constants, okay? Or since we already know, we can actually, instead of we can just, we have snapshot, right? So we are integrating from what point that is known, x naught, to some unknown x. What is at x naught? What is the velocity? V naught to some unknown v. Meaning, when the particle has a is at x, when the particle is at x, its velocity is v. This must correspond. Ang limits. Nakuha? So from here, you would know that this is a, x minus x naught equals 1/2 v squared minus 1/2 v naught squared. Or this is 2ax minus x naught equals v squared minus v naught squared. Now, these are the 4 kinematic equations. Okay? Okay? Ay. Good. Okay. Now, as I've said, do we have, okay, I don't know. So, yeah, we have now the 4 kinematic equations. Okay, I will no longer list them. Now, let's go to another system. When the summation of forces along x and the summation of forces along y, let's take the force along x to be 0. And this still, the net force is constant. But, not constant in this direction right there, but constant only in one direction, either x or y. So let's actually put this one, a force which is a particle right here, no force on x, net force, meaning equilibrium in x, or it could be dynamic equilibrium on X. No, it could dynamic, meaning that it is moving at constant velocity along X, but along Y, you have a force downward. And we call this force mass G. And since it's downward, it's negative mg, right? So what is our equation? This is now minus mg. So minus mg equals dv over dt, or dv over dt equals minus g. So it's just the same. Okay, ako na lang ilis ang equation dire, di ba? We have x minus x naught equals v naught t plus 1/2 a t squared. And then we have v equals v naught plus a t, and x, I don't know. Yeah, x minus x naught equals v plus v naught over 2 times time. Or you can just set x naught to be 0. Pwede gapon. Okay, 2ax minus x naught equals v squared minus v naught squared. These are the 4 kinematic equations. Now, this is of the same form ganiha, right? Only that our a there could be any number. But here, we force that our a is negative 9.8. Where g is 9.8 meters per second squared. Okay, if that is the case, then we still have the same. Only change a to minus g. So what will this become? This is minus g. This is minus g. And this one right here is minus g. The minus here, akong i-change dire. So maaay mo siyang v naught squared minus v squared. Right? And now, since we are in 2, this is now y naught and y. This is y naught minus y. And this is y. Okay, y minus y naught. What is that? At time t equals 0, okay, let's just, okay, at t equals 0, there's a building right here. This is now x naught, and this is at height y naught, no? At t equals 0, the particle is here, or it could be ana. Right? And it moves a velocity dito. This is now v naught, but that's a vector. Now, v naught now has 2 components, right? V naught x and v naught y. That means that we need to specify this now. This becomes now v naught y, v naught y, v naught y, and this is just vy. Vy is v of y, vy of t. This is vy. Nakuha. This is now the, at t equals 0, it's moving there. Okay? Now, let's solve for x. X, this is now equal to dvx over dt. This implies that vx equals constant, right? Or more appropriately, vx of t equals some constant c. Now, how do we know that constant? Well, we know the initial condition right here. Vx at t equals 0 is equal to v naught x, right? And this is equal to c. That means c is just equal to v naught. So you have now vx is equal to v naught x. The final is equal to the initial. It doesn't change. It's constant velocity motion along x. So x is in equilibrium, but not in static equilibrium. It is in dynamic equilibrium. Understand? It's in dynamic equilibrium. Okay. Now, and of course, since this is, what is this? This is dx over dt, right? That means now that our x of t, again, is v naught x t plus c, again, right? Now, at t equals 0, x at 0 is, we can just set this to be 0 na lang. No? X naught is 0. So, meaning, 0 equals v naught x times 0 plus c. So, c is equal to 0. Okay, so we have now our x of t. What is our x of t? Our x of t is what? This is v naught x t. Now, since it's more difficult to know v naught x and v naught y much better, it would be much easier if we know the magnitude of this v naught, which is v naught, the magnitude of that is just v naught, and get v naught x as, we should know that angle. So that from here, our v naught x would be equal to v naught cosine of theta, and v naught y is v naught sine of theta. Okay? Nakuha ninyo? So, from here, this equation, our equation now is y minus y naught equals v naught sine theta t minus 1/2 gt squared. Okay? And then, y minus y naught equals v plus v naught sine theta of vy. This is 2 times t. And then vy equals v naught sine theta. V naught sine theta minus gt, right? Okay? And this is 2g y minus y naught equals vy square, v naught squared sine squared theta minus vy squared, right? Okay, and we have an equation, x of t is just equal to v naught cosine theta t. This is known as the projectile motion, right? Now, what is now the path of the projectile motion? That means that what we have is, this is a curve. It could be, at t equals 0, we have x naught, the rate, no? So, meaning, y naught is nasa diri, no? Now, this could be that curve. We don't know that curve right there. But we have a position vector r that gives us x of t, r of t, which is equal to x of t, y of t, right? Okay? Now, how do we get now the equation of this trajectory? Well, we need this function. If this is x and this is y, we need the function y of x. What is now the algebraic equation for that? Algebraic form of that curve. Because what we have is this and that, right? We already have y of t. So, y of t is, bali na nato ng y naught dito. And we have x of t. Right? Well, how do you know y of x? It's easy. All we have to do is, from here, we know that t is equal to x over v naught cosine theta, and then substitute this to y of t. Okay? So, using that, what is our y of t? Here, y of t, so y equals y naught plus v naught sine theta times x over v naught sine theta. Okay? V naught cosine theta minus 1/2 g times this is x squared over v naught squared cosine squared theta. Now, what you get now is this. We have y of t equals, this is minus 1/2 g over v naught squared cosine squared theta x squared plus sine theta over cosine theta x plus y naught. It means that we have a parabola on y. And it's actually a parabola opening downward. So we have now obtained, as I've said, we can get the algebraic form of the curve from asa? From the parametric equation. Tama? This is an algebraic form, right? Ax squared plus bx plus c. Now, how do we know the maximum height? Well, we have to know what's the maximum height. The maximum height is the vertex of the parabola. The parabola is right when y prime equals 0. Tama? Y prime equals 0. But what is y prime? This is 2. This is g over v naught squared cosine squared theta times x equals sine theta over cosine theta. No. Plus equals 0, right? The derivative of this function. And from here, you will see that x is just equal to negative. Negative diri, right? So this is x is just equal to v naught squared sine theta cosine theta over g. Sakto? Oh, sakto, right? No? So this means this one right here, this x is equal to that. What is now the maximum height? The y corresponding to that maximum height. The y corresponding to the maximum height is all you have to do is y of when x is equal to that function. So y is equal to negative 1/2 g over v naught squared cosine squared theta times, okay, v is 4 sine squared theta cosine squared theta over g squared plus sine theta over cosine theta times v naught squared sine theta cosine theta over g plus y naught, right? And here, okay, so kani minus kana, we can just, this cancels out. This cancels out. So pareho ni siya, is just 1/2. So y max, ym. Let's call this ym. And this is xm. Okay? This is, okay, y naught plus v naught squared sine theta cosine theta over 2g. This is our maximum height. But this is measured from this, the ground, which is y equals 0 at the ground. How about when measured from the level it was fired? This is now, this one right here is y minus y naught. When y minus y naught is positive, it's above. When it's negative, it's below. Okay? And, well, that's now our maximum height. Now, what is the time it takes to reach the maximum height? Well, this is x at maximum height, but this is equal to v naught cosine theta t, right? So the time it takes to reach the maximum height is cancel ang cosine, cancel ang v naught. So this is now t is v naught sine theta over g. Di ba mo ni? And then when you substitute this to y of t, you get the same. You will get this. Okay? So nasabtan? And now you will also be able to get the velocity at every point, the magnitude of that velocity, including the velocity vector by just this. And this is very powerful. Asa ta nagsugod? Di ba we started with a very simple assumption? Summation of f, x along equals 0, and the summation of f along y equals minus g. I mean, minus mg. Okay? And we have all of this. And that's the power of solving of this principle. The Newton's laws of motion is the principle that will allow us to find, to use, this is the principle. Kinematics, I mean, yeah, it's just pure mathematics. Okay? So, muna gusto na ko tanawon niyo itong video nga, katong first 2 videos na ako sa University Physics. Nakuha, nasabtan ninyo. This weekend, I will require you to have watched those. Pangutanon ta mo next meeting. Di ta mo pasudlon o paigsamon sa sunod pag di ninyo natanaw nakuha. Because I want you to understand everything. Okay? Now, let's calculate this distance right here. We can call this as the range. The range is kung kano siya mubalik from where it was fired. Well, we know that the range is just equal to R is just equal to 2xm, tama? Right? So 2xm, that means now R is just equal to, you have 2 V naught squared sine theta cosine theta over G. Now, what is the angle that will give us the maximum range? Well, of course, we know that this 2 sine theta cosine theta is just sine 2 theta. Nakuha? 2 sine cosine is 2 sine. Ay, sine 2. Okay? Over G. This is now your range. What is that angle that will give us the maximum range? Well, we'll look at this. Since our angle here will only govern from 0 to 90, we're looking at here a positive value. No? 0 to pi over 2. Tama? 0 to pi. So, sign here is always positive. So, 0 to positive. The maximum is when sine is 1 and the minimum is when sine is 0, which corresponds to the maximum now is when sine 2 theta equals 1. And that means that 2 theta must be equal to 90, right? Pi over 2. So the highest angle that will give us the maximum range is pi over 4. Okay? So we have derived everything. Imagine from that very little assumption to this one. That is the power of calculus. That's why Newton had to develop calculus. How could he solve this without the calculus? Dili. That's why he needed to develop the calculus. Now, I gave the similar discussion sa katong other sections ani. Dili pa sa kagahapon lang na-discuss atong isa ani, but ang first 2 videos ang i-require na ako because I want you to understand the pinakakuan. Kana ganing dapat next meeting matubag ninyo to ang question. Nganong V is dx over dt? What is the intuition of that? What is the reason for that? What is the gikan sa from nothing? Imagine from we know nothing about this. All we know is the axiom that space and time is measurable. That we can measure space and we can measure time through the changes in space and the changes in time, the changes in location and the changes in time. Ako nang gi-explain you dito. It's like in the Muraгаnig, whenever I'm doing physics, I'm also doing it in a philosophical way. I don't want my students to be murag dili ko gusto nga himuunta mong robot nga i-program maghurat na mong formula. No, you're physicists, you're not engineers. Dili mo ka nang maghulat lag formula. And then dito na mo innovate. No, that's not your job. You're physicists. We are on the derivation of that formula. Understanding of the pinakakuan nga mga levels. It's much more advanced. And you have to be proud of it. And dapat mo level ang inyong mind, ana. Dili lang kayo maggulat ra mo, mao ni, pag-ani, mao na. No, I don't give that kind of problem. Makita niyo sa first quiz nato. Okay? So, nasabtan. Okay. So,